Hello, my name is Rob Mackenzie. I'm the Director of the Birmingham Institute of Forest Research. Think about your favourite woodland or forest place. It might be a Highland pine forest, it might be trees beside a river, or it might be a grand old Edwardian parkland like this one. What you're picturing in your mind's eye is why woodlands and forests are so dear to us and so important for our mental and physical well-being. But woodlands and forests also provide other benefits that are less obvious. 1 in every 3 molecules of carbon dioxide that we release into the atmosphere by burning fossil fuels is taken up by land plants and tied away as wood and soil. That's an impressive feat, but it's not enough to prevent atmospheric levels of carbon dioxide from rising faster than they have for at least the past 1 million years. So the question is, how will these plants continue to behave as the atmospheric levels of carbon dioxide continue to rise into the future? That is the key question addressed by the BIFoR FACE facility. Where does the carbon go in a mature, complicated woodland setting? And once we know where it goes, does it stay locked up? Or do the microbes and insects chew it all up and release it back into the atmosphere? We know lots about how young plants behave in a laboratory setting, but we also know that the real world is very different. The BIFoR FACE facility is being built into the woodland rather than taking the plants back to the laboratory. And to do that, a huge amount of infrastructure is being placed into a delicate ecosystem. We need to do this without breaking that ecosystem. If we can, landmark science discoveries will come from this experiment right from the very start. Thank you for being part of this tremendous scientific adventure. Now let's look in detail at some of the specific do's and don'ts of working on the site, both from the construction perspective and from a scientific perspective.
The Shaylor Group Site Management Team are Site Manager Stan Tweed, Site Supervisor Paul Cheese, Project Manager Dave Disney, University of Birmingham Estates Project Manager Dan Holmes, FACE Facility Manager Chris Hart. Site Rules and Regulations. Site rules and regulations are displayed on the main notice board located in the site office. All warning notices must be adhered to at all times. All visitors must complete the signing in register located in the site office. Smoking is not permitted anywhere on site. Smokers may use the designated smoking area located off-site. Shaylor Group issued PPE must be worn at all times, including safety helmets, the appropriate high visibility vest, safety boots, safety glasses, gloves. Researchers on site wear blue PPE and visitors wear purple PPE. Please be extra careful when you see these colours on site. Ear defenders should be worn where appropriate. Offenders will be asked to leave the site and will be unable to return. All accidents, minor incidents and near misses must be reported to the site manager. Welfare facilities including toilets and canteen facilities are available throughout the site. Under no circumstances should any part of the site be used as a toilet, as this will seriously affect the nutrient balance in the woodland and compromise the science in the facility. Measurement of site waste is critical to this project. Ensure all waste is segregated and disposed of in the correct area. This includes biodegradable waste such as fruit peelings, paper, cigarette ash, and both liquid and solid food waste. Construction materials, tools and substances must be stored in the off-site compound. Protection of the public should be ensured at all times by stringent use of warning notices and securing of appropriate areas. Access and egress. Parking is not available on site. so please park responsibly. Special delivery or access requests should be authorized by the site manager. Wheel and foot cleaning facilities are available on the site compound and must be used before entering the site. All vehicles, tracking plant and personnel must be sterilized at entry point. Specific machine and pedestrian entry points must be used and all traffic management signs should be closely followed. Walk only on paths and roadways. Shortcuts and cut-throughs are not permitted due to potential damage to the research. Health and safety regulations. In the event of an accident or minor incident on site, the first aid box and first aiders are located in the welfare unit. The nearest hospital is Princess Royal Hospital, Telford, TF1 6TF. The nearest police station is in Newport, Shropshire, TF10 7HF. Maps showing the location of both the hospital and police station are displayed in the site offices. The fire assembly point is at the main off-site compound. Spill kits are located at the bunded refueling area in the main off-site compound. Prevention of fire is paramount on a project of this nature. Permits for hot work must be obtained from the site manager before commencement. Hot work permits are allocated on a day-by-day basis. A fire extinguisher must be available at the work area. Loose shards, filings and solder must be captured and removed safely from the working area. Emergency procedure boards are placed throughout the site. Instructions should be noted and adhered to at all times. Permits must be obtained from the site manager prior to the commencement of working at height, or for the use of mobile towers and podium steps. Ladders must only be used for access purposes. All tools and machinery must undergo daily checks before use. Refueling and oil checks can only be carried out in bunded areas off-site. Specific permission to bund within the site should be submitted to the site manager for approval, should off-site refueling or oil checks be seen as impractical. All operatives using vibrating hand tools must sign on to our HAVS register and follow the recommended usage time given by the manufacturer. All electrical equipment must be accompanied by Portable Appliance Testing (PAT) certificates. All control of substances hazardous to health, COSH notices and warning labels must be followed precisely. Pesticide use is not permitted under any circumstances. Specific consent from the FACE operations manager or site manager is required prior to bringing any solvent-based products onto the site. Site-specific hazards include insect bites, slips, trips and falls, mobile construction machinery, excavations, severe weather conditions, Weil's disease, environmental concerns. Outstanding housekeeping is expected due to the nature of this project. The site must not be contaminated with any foreign materials, food or packaging, therefore correct disposal is essential. Take all necessary precautions to ensure that dust is not transmitted from the works to other areas of the site. You must also take measures to reduce the impact of dust and airborne pollution for both the environment and local residents. The ground inside the rings is critical to our research. Only enter the rings with explicit permission from the site supervisor and the FACE facility manager or estates department project manager. Inside the rings, walk and work only in agreed areas. Permits for work inside the rings must be obtained in advance from the FACE facility manager or estates department project manager. At all times, take the greatest of care to protect trees, shrubs and grassed areas on every part of the site. Do not dump, spoil or rubbish, excavate or disturb topsoil, park vehicles or plant, store materials close to tree trunks. Do not leave any debris or equipment within the canopy area of the tree. Do not sever tree roots or change levels close to tree trunks. Ensure you protect all habitats and species. If you discover an unusual plant or animal, you must immediately advise the site manager. Do not proceed until guidance is given. Protect scientific experiments being carried out during the construction works. These are not always easy things to spot and can be as simple as a plastic cup sunk into the ground. If in doubt, seek guidance from the FACE facility manager or project manager. Prevention of light pollution is essential so as not to disturb the woodland wildlife and research experiments. Lighting levels, type, location and direction must receive prior approval from the site manager. Thank you for your attention and welcome to our fantastic research experiment.